I call it almost a bubble. I call it this bubble that they come to a place where they see other children who have been burned. And oftentimes they, outside of the burn unit, they really don't see anyone.
You know, it might be scary at first, but every journey starts with the first step, and it's only going to benefit your recovery because the isolation is very detrimental to any type of aftermath of any type of incident or accident.
There are friendships that I know for a fact that have been created at this camp that still exist today and are really strong. There are some friendships that I'm more than sure that will be lifelong friendships, and I think that's the real value of what a camp does, particularly like Camp Susquehanna. And people say it's a tragedy, you know, a burn injury, which it is, depending on how you want to look at it. But there's so much good that comes out of that tragedy, and I think the real tragedy in a tragedy is when we don't continue to move through that to get to the victory that's on the other side.
Once you have a child who has an accident or a burn, sometimes parents are very cautious and they look after them and they look after them well, but it's hard sometimes for them to go beyond where they are. And so we find children, and the children have had some very difficult experiences, so we like them to be in a different environment. We like them to try new things. We like them to be challenged, and I call it manageable challenge, because we want them to succeed. And if they're challenged and succeed, then we can say, yay, and they go home and say, I did it at camp, so maybe when something new happens in school or something new, I have to stand in front of the class or I have to do something, I did it there, so maybe I can do it now.
I always like to think that burn camp itself has been a bigger and more life-impacting event than the accident itself and everything. It's really, you know, without it, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
You definitely have to become a Camp Susquehanna.